saw it. I just saw it. It just reconnected.
What
Kane, what is Kane trying to say?
I wanted to say, Meep never really told us what happened to make him suggest public restrooms again.
I did.
What was it?
That's what I started the public. It was. I noticed that the bathrooms at work very clearly used to be stupidly labeled men and women for no reason because they're the one-room stalls stuff.
That's it?
Yes.
Yes.
I expected something worse.
Bruh.
There's usually a reason to suggest something a second time.
Honestly, I forgot we'd done it before.
No, we didn't do it before. I was just concerned about the fact that you suggested it twice.
I didn't remember suggesting it the first time.
Yeah, I was reminding you, and then nobody understood.
Random side tangent here. This preschooler just sent out a Lugia.
Yeah, that sounds about right. He's just like, look at the funny bird.
Meanwhile, me sending out a Cottony.
I saw a fusion of a Lugia and Latios, and it was Dragon Psychic. And the first thing that came to my mind was, that's not fusion. That's just a Latios that looks like a Lugia. No, because it didn't change type at all.
I mean,
Latios is Dragon Psychic type.
And just because the type isn't the same doesn't mean that it can't.
I mean, Lugia is also psychic type, so you know it doesn't.
Yeah,
really
but it's
much.
but it's psychic flying.
Here's one. The news is just somehow not that unexpected, but you know, sponsor of anti-child sex trafficking film Sound of Freedom accused of child kidnapping. What?
Mina?
Yes.
I'm concerned.
What did you just send?
What? Where? To you?
Which one?
And the thing you just sent.
Response. Which one?
Oh, so I mentioned this because yesterday I had a barbecue with a bunch of animators who are currently or were in the industry, and I showed them this meme, and it says, from the producers who saw Shrek.
Oh yeah, they did officially say that Shrek was getting another movie, didn't they?
That back when I was in community college.
So I wanted to talk about this particular picture that I'm going to hold on a minute. Just give me a second. This was story time that I wanted to share with all four of you, but when this Roomba Of Thought happened, only Meep was here. So I wasn't able to speak with you all. Why do this, Meep? I think you were also waiting for everyone here to talk about why organic food is cringe.
I've had organic. I've had. I don't know about organic, but I have had some like artificial chicken and ham and stuff, and it's not bad, but it is overpriced apparently.
Meep?
Alright, so organic food being cringe. So organic food, as I'm sure you're aware, is literally, it's just the farmers like don't use GMO stuff and like use like less like pesticides or whatever. And like the idea behind it is like it's supposedly healthier
because it's less chemicals in the meat.
Yeah, it's like that's like the idea behind it. But it's like it's also just like so much more expensive. And
because, I mean, it makes sense that it would be more expensive because there's more care going into it.
Well, the other thing though, Kane, is like none of the science backs it up being like actually healthier.
Fair enough.
It's literally just something that they convince people they can spend more money for the same product to be produced less efficiently.
Okay, can I have just random rant here about anyone vegan
because
here?
No.
Mina?
I don't know what I mean.
Mina? Is she gone?
Oh, I'm still here. No.
You're not vegan. Okay, let me run this for a moment because I hate the fact that vegans are like, oh, don't eat meat, don't eat meat. But the thing that I see so much in stores is fake meat for vegans.
Sounds about right.
Fake meat for vegans. Like,
Fake meat for vegans.
yes!
I've had
Things
it.
that
It's good.
taste like meat, but it's for vegans. Like, if you want to eat meat, just eat meat.
Some people just can't. I have a friend who's allergic to meat.
Okay,
Your
that makes sense.
your mic is having a stroke again. It's not as bad this time though.
Okay, that makes sense. If you're allergic to meat, total sense. But the people that choose to be vegan, for whatever reason, and they buy those products, you, sir, are a fucking hypocrite.
I mean, it's different.
Because you're paying more money for something
It's
fake as
mushroom
fuck.
and lentil.
Oh, it's adorable.
Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest because I find it really stupid.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. I found a new monster on my mobile game, and it's an ice dragon, and it's tiny and adorable.
Send the image.
Cool.
Now.
But I'm
Uh,
not done with the rant on organic food being cringe.
I'll continue
Because-
while Kane
Yeah,
sends the image.
The other thing with it is it's the same product, but it's produced less efficiently.
I completely
Which means
forgot what this.
basically because they put like less pesticides and stuff on it, they have higher losses. Which means overall less food is produced. Which means even the non-organic food, due to the laws of supply and demand, gets more expensive because of the organic food.
That is.
Because there's less supply.
All right. I scrolled down to the legendaries and sharing the picture to the image room.
Which means even if you personally never buy organic food,
The normal food
you
is
still
getting
pay more for
expensive.
food. Meanwhile, one of the big things currently going on is that global food prices are being increased because of fear of food shortages due to what the Russian Black Sea grain deal and whatever. Because there's the word not enough food, because food scarcity is a problem in a lot of the world. Meanwhile, Americans are out here intentionally producing less food to be organic.
So what you're saying is that the Americans are basically shooting themselves in the foot.
Yes.
That's about right. Alright, sending the image. The one I just got is the blue one.
Okay, yes, that is a small and cute boy.
That is adorable. I have no idea what it does.
I mean, you just got it. So I got the image. I'm going to put it on the thing now. Just give me a second. I'm gonna use image 2 for this.
Hey yo, I'm actually kind of okay with this guy. His special attack fires an ice beam that freezes enemies for 4 seconds.
So,
Hog.
we're just going to put this on the side. So let me a little bit of an explanation point. What you see here was I think it was like 2019, 2020, around that time. It was a list of 26 people that did one stage in one game, and try to compete to who was the faster. You can see a lot of Japanese names, and in 13th place, you see the name Tiberius. That's me.
Nice.
A little more explanation here is in form. So this time, the Switch remake, or remaster, I guess it would be more like it, of one game that I really liked, Legend of Dark Witch, was out, and people in the company was, doing this kind of thing to try and get people to buy them and do it. I didn't have a Switch in 2020. I got my Switch I think 2 years ago. I think I got it in 2021. So guess what I did? I used the 3DS, which gave me a disadvantage because for some reason, not for some reason, for easier.
Different connection type.
No, at the start of the stage, you're gonna use basically you're gonna increase your speed, your walking speed. You need to actually get onto the stage and start moving. to get your speed boosts, which is, when you need to go fast. And even after all that, I managed to get dead middle in that list with a 1:45:30. I'm very proud of this. This is one of the things, apart from watching speedruns, that got me into speedrunning. It's also one of the reasons that why I like the character Al from the series so much, which is the character that I did the stage on, because she's a really cool character. She got an RPG, all with where she was a protagonist, and I was like so hyped up. I bought the game. But yeah, I just wanted to explain a little bit of story time.
Nice.
Any questions? Anyone curious to know more?
Yeah, I don't see the point in taking part in those speedrun competitions. Why
not? I was in the.
do you have a reason to do that kind of stuff?
No, it was optional. If you wanted to do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. There was no prize. It was, let's just promote the game by having people go fast through it.
I just don't understand why people do it. Like, I get everybody needs a hobby. I get that much. And that's about it.
I mean, there's speedrunning charities.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm pretty sure right now, like, the two big ones, there's the ESA for Europe, and there's GDQ and SGDQ. And, like, SGDQ can, like, easily rack up, like, $3 million in a year. Not in a year, like, a couple of days. I think it's, like, a couple of days or a week long, like, series of streams where speedrunners do speedrunning on their games. Like, I have to show you one particular speedrun. I will send it to the Discord later, so everyone can. It's like 3 hours long, but it's an absolute pleasure to see. And the man, in his sole stream, raised like $100,000 in donations.
Oh.
Yeah. Speedrunning's cool. Sometimes people just want to go fast in the video game. Also, have you never heard of summoning salt? Guys?
We're here, or at least I am. I don't know about the other two.
The fact that everyone's silent, not saying anything, kind of freaks me out. Like, I need some.
I'm multitasking, and I suck at it.
Mina, Meep, any question? Anything you want to?
I need to get a source kit. So I need.
Nope.
I'm multitasking because I'm trying to get a source kit so I can abuse round 1.
Mina?
I'm here. I just don't have anything to add because I don't know much about speedrunning, and I don't want to be rude and interrupt.
No, I mean, fair enough, but I'm fine with it, really. So yeah, that is basically how I got into one of my many hobbies, because I have been a very, honestly, in 2015, if you asked me if you told me that I would be doing all of these kinds of things, I would tell you, you're fucking crazy. Get the fuck out of here. And I'll go back to watching anime on my 3DS.
You can watch anime on the 3DS?
Hear me out, hold on. This was...
You can do a lot of things on a 3DS that you don't usually think you can.
There's an internet feature. There's a web searcher, and you can use it to log onto YouTube and watch anime from YouTube. Like, genuinely, I got better quality from there than the actual YouTube app on 3DS. Which is fucking insane.
Oh, you bitch! God damn it! I wanted those!
Meanwhile, Kane screaming in the background.
I am, because I looked at my phone and the shopkeeper was up, and he only sells one item at a time. He had something for 1,000 gold, and I have 3,000. And I wanted to buy it, but I was too slow.
Huh?
You bitch, I wanted those!
So yeah, I'm kind of like shocked that like the past, what, 5 years? Maybe 6 now? It was from 2017 to now. I have done YouTube, I've done Twitch, I've done speedrunning, I've done competitive Pokemon, I've done competitive Mario Kart DS. Yes, I have entered an online tournament in Mario Kart DS. There's a video of someone finding me, I have to find it. I'll probably have to look up where to find it. I can probably ask Polish and he'll help me out. And I've done competitive Pokemon, competitive Mario Kart DS, I've done competitive Smash Brothers, competitive Rivals of Either. I've done so much shit regarding to gaming that I can't really believe that I've done so much in like 6 years.
I'm just running in circles trying to find a Surskit and there's not one spawning. I found a C-Dot before I found a Surskit.
Now you have to find a Revolts before you find a Surskit, lol.
I swear to God. Give me my damn Surskit so I can use Sweet Set. I need it for Horde battles. Because Horde battles increase your encounter counter by 5. And that's how you buff up your Shiny Ray and hidden abilities and all.
Right, hold on. Mina, I don't think you have talked about this. Your speculative biology ramble.
So yes, I really love speculative biology. I've been
I don't even
rereading.
know what that is.
Well, I was going to explain it to you.
She's going to explain it.
So speculative biology is.
Might cut off.
No, it didn't cut off. I just stopped talking.
Ah.
Speculative biology is when you take the biology of a creature that does not exist and speculate as to how it would work. One of my favorite examples is
So like
Animal Planet and Discovery had this documentary a couple years ago. I think it was 2008. It was called Dragons. The legend made real. And basically what they did is they made up a documentary. It is very much fake. You can tell, where they found the corpse of a dragon and they tried to speculate as to the types of evolutions coming back all the way from the dinosaurs up to when the last couple of dragons went extinct. And it's really cool. So like,
And I'm sure some people didn't realize it was a joke.
Probably.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I'm more sure some people thought it was actually
See,
a
the dragons was very
documentary.
much, you could tell it was fake, right?
You say that.
I say that.
Yeah,
but they also
you
said
say
on
that, but considering the kind of people
in the documentary, they say we're going to go through the biology of a creature that has never existed.
They tell you up front.
Up.
Okay.
Yeah, they tell you up front. It is not like the mermaids and the megalodon documentaries, where they don't mention that. They try to pass it off as real.
Well,
fair enough. But even then, people were like,
Megalodon
did
exist. I don't know about
claiming that they still exist.
Yes.
And so, that's one version of speculative biology, where they like speculate as to how dragons come to be as we know them and why there's so many myths about them. Another version that Animal Planet had is called The Future is Wild. They actually showed a cartoon of it in Discovery Kids. But The Future is Wild is basically using knowledge we had at the time to speculate what types of future animals could populate the Earth in like
6 billion years.
200,000 years.
Enough time for evolution to do its
like
thing.
Yeah. So it was really cool, and obviously they ended up being with, the next creature that's going to start populating the Earth is going to be the cephalopods. So they predicted Splatoon before Splatoon was even a concept.
That's funny.
So there's this thing called the squibbins, which are like squid gibbons, and they just fling through the trees. And the mega squid. Hold on, I have to show you the fucking mega squid manga.
Mina brought this up, and the first thing that came to mind when she said things that don't exist but theoretically could was I saw a video from Game Theory a few years ago from the guy that recently got separated that did scientific analysis on things. He did a video on the biology of dauntless behemoths.
You mean the science?
Yes, the science
He was very funny.
behind blank. He did a video on the he did a video on the behemoths from
Why does
Dauntless
he
and
look
how
like
they
a
could
behemoth?
actually exist. I do not like it
What does
Yeah,
he
it's
look like a penis?
That's
Look at his
amazing.
eyes. Look at where the eyes are.
He is a predator, and also
Well,
they have like this.
in more than one
they-
way.
It's fucking wild. It's so good. I love watching it. There's these things called the terror birds. I think the last mountain, last mammal
Finally,
on
a
Earth, they
snowscape.
called the a puggle. So pug was a thing in science before it was a thing in meme culture. Yeah, it's called the puggle, and they are slaves to these giant spiders. And when the spiders eventually fatten them up, they eat them.
Sounds about right.
So the mammals die out due to spiders. So that's another form of speculative biology. But the one that brought up all of this like info dumping I'm bringing is I've been reading All Tomorrows again
What now?
Man,
because I love All Tomorrows.
I
It's so good.
God.
All Tomorrows by CF Kozerman.
Hey, Surskit, is grass neutral to you?
You're,
I think it is.
Pretty sure it's bug water.
Yes. Yeah, it's neutral. Okay, good.
Can you
I-
type down the name?
I put it in the Twitch chat. All Tomorrows.
Ah.
It's very.
No, I
good.
killed it! Blade, you fucking idiot! You got a critical with absorb of all things.
I'm going to lower you down because you're being very screamy. All Tomorrow's got it. I'll check it out when I can.
I know you always yell in the
Okay,
calls.
I'll post it in general for now. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
You can listen to the audiobook. It's pretty neat. I'll link it when I can. But basically, All Tomorrows explores how humanity had eventually colonized Mars. Mars and Earth had a war, and then eventually, during their peace treaties, they made a new subspecies of human called the Star People, and they go on to colonize the Earth or colonize different galaxies, right?
Okay.
And then they have an encounter with a alien species called the Q, who are fucking. I don't even know how to describe them. They're maniacs, dude, and they essentially wipe out all of humanity, and use like a type of like biological engineering. They force evolution on the Star People, and you get to learn about all the different new species of humans that come as a result of that. Which one survive? Which one evolve? There's more wars, and it's really cool. And I'm gonna see if I can link that audiobook just because it's so good.
I don't think it's my kind of vibe. It definitely sounds super interesting, but I don't think it's my kind of vibe.
You know what came to mind when you started talking about it? Ultramites and what Kryptonians. The two superhumans of the internet.
I think the most famous and like depressing, but oddly inspiring versions of the human evolutions are something called the colonials, and they're basically just bricks of flesh because they had managed to push back the Q 2 times, and the Q were determined to win the third time. So they punished those Star People by turning them into these colonials that are basically a living septic system, and they feed on the waste of the Q as punishment for defying what the Q believe is, like gods trying to make things better, quote unquote. And it's just really interesting that in the book they actually learn to come together and become these things called the symbiotes. And the symbiotes, they're basically mounds of flesh. Their organs, quote unquote, are just individual colonials that learn to do a specific job to exist as one organism, and they regularly swap parts of their bodies. So they could leave the morning, to paraphrase the book, they can leave in the morning looking one way and
So
come
like
back
Frankenstein
completely different.
themselves.
Kinda, yeah. It's really neat. But humans are extinct by the end of the book, and the author basically says it's very interesting and it's inspiring almost how much humanity persevered to get to the point where they were before they went extinct. Because no one knows what happened at that point.
Oh, finally. A second one.
And it's just so nice to read a book that, although it's kind of bleak, it really does just
No, you're
it
wrong.
really
Blade.
does.
Blade, I swear to God,
it really
kill this one.
what's the word I'm looking for? It's a very good way to show off the human spirit of persisting even in the absolute most dire and fucking dull situations where you feel like you can't
I know what
change
you're
anything.
talking about. I can't remember the word for it either.
And then the last piece of speculative biology I've been trying to read through is Man After Man, which is absolutely hilarious.
It sounds hilarious.
Man After Man is very similar. It's future humans and what they would look like, except it was drawn by the guy who did all of the dinosaur books from when we were kids.
Meh.
Huh?
I'm trying to remember who's the author. Dougal Dixon's Man After Man. Dougal Dixon is very
child jokes.
infamous for drawing what biology was for dinosaurs and other types of such things, right? So let me see if I can find some of his books.
So on the topic of dinosaurs, I don't know why, but I've been looking at video stuff for it, and apparently scientists found out the Tyrannosaurus had padded its feet to make it quieter.
Makes sense.
Which would mean that the Tyrannosaurus was an ambush predator of sorts.
I mean, it
Well,
always
yeah.
helps being able to ambush your prey. Makes it easier
Well,
to catch it.
the thing with the T-Rex is
It's concerning. It's concerning because of the
thing
size
with the
and sheer
T-Rex
strength that
is
the
very
thing
clear.
has.
Sorry, me?
It was specialized for attacking megafauna. It was specialized for attacking the really, really big things, which means it wants to ambush them because those are the things most able to fuck it up if they see it
And
coming.
they had every advantage to do so due to their sheer size and how up high their head is, letting them see.
That and a lot of those megafauna were known to be able to, or theorized to be able to like rear up on their hind legs to like better feed for the thing. So when they come crashing
It's
back
just all
down,
body weight.
yeah,
It's like a Snorlax using body slam.
basically, except they weigh more than a Snorlax.
Probably, yeah.
So I put some of Dougal Dixon's books in the
Yeah, I
images.
see them.
Yeah.
I actually had a kid's book at one point that was of 4 dinosaurs, and despite it being a kid's book, there was a picture in it of a Triceratops peeling off the skin of a T-Rex's knee with its horn.
Speculative biology. And so yeah, he did Man After Man and After Man, which are basically both the animals and what happened to humans after millennia of evolution. And one of them became a meme. And it's this image right here, and it used to say season's greetings. And it I love it.
That looks very funny, yes.
Let me see if I can find season's greetings specifically.
Alright, so I have something vaguely similar to this that I've seen a couple times, but not very much.
Yeti and miniature.
And that
Bigfoot.
is the like people looking at like different Pokemon and like if you like remove their like special Pokemon abilities, which of them would like seem like they'd actually possibly like be successful as just normal animals?
Sorry, one.
Like it's like looking at the designs of different Pokemon, okay,
Mhm.
and like removing their Pokemon abilities. Which ones would like be like successful as like real animals?
Mudkip.
Mudkip is absolutely adorable.
Lopunate.
And Baneri just
Uh-oh.
are rabbits.
Yes!
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
also, think of the consequences of a Pokemon like that.
I love
Have
the
you
fact
seen the
that-
internet?
Have you
No,
seen the joke?
Jimmy,
Have you
Jimmy,
seen the
that's not
Joker
what I'm
I
talking
meme?
about.
know the internet in
Have you
entirety.
seen
I've
Joker
seen the Wang video.
Why not? Batman?
If aliens show up to Earth, after about 24 hours, if they get shown the internet, they will be given 34 reasons why they should leave.
They would have more reasons to leave than they would have to stay.
They probably wouldn't feel bad about wiping us out. Which, you know
They would
what?
not.
Do it, coward.
They're like, but at the same time, if they're as intelligent as us, they're probably just as fucked up. If I'm being real, if there's another civilization somewhere out there, they're probably just as bad as us.
It could be. It could be not. We don't know.
Realistically speaking, if they're intelligent enough to have the same kind of or more advanced technology, they have just as many bad ways to use said technology. Because we thoroughly enjoy using things for purposes not intended.
Yes.
Because natural curiosity is a thing that we have.
And we also have not detachable. It was good to say detachable. No. Okay, what's it called? We have thumbs.
Opposable thumbs?
Eh, there we go. Opposable thumbs. There's the word. We have thumbs.
The thing that most species tend to lack. In monster.
But yeah, jokes aside, a lot of like the more like quote unquote attractive Pokemon would work in this world because of how horny the people would be about them.
Ignoring that,
You know I'm right though. You know I'm right.
we're talking about them working as like normal animals, Jimmy.
This man said, you know what, we're gonna completely ignore the fact that this was just said.
I'm talking about like.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of these Pokemon kind of also like, it wouldn't be the same if they didn't have their like
powers. They
max
wouldn't
powers.
be sentient at that point. That's still.
If
There's
you
no gray
remove
area
them-
for the bestiality anymore.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I'm talking about like putting Vaporeon in a lake. Would it be a viable animal?
Probably because it's still like I assume it would be in like omnivore.
I'm pretty sure Vaporeon is omnivore, yeah. And also, it's very good hiding from predators because it could literally hide in the water.
I can't. Eevee is very fox-like because he kind of just looks like a Pomeranian to me.
Like
But like most foxes are omnivores.
the another one would be. I mean, like some of them, I feel like definitely wouldn't do too well.
Joltik would do really well.
Joltik probably would do it. But I'm talking like Pokemon like Dragonite. Dragonite would not do very well.
That depends on where you put it.
Well, no, because the problem is if we're like using like, actual like real world physics, Dragonite wouldn't be able to fly.
True. Because Dragonite is too fat. Yeah, but then bees can fly.
According to all laws of aviation,
Bees shouldn't be able to fly.
Charizard
Dragonite wouldn't be
maybe
able to
could.
fly. But I'm also thinking if it didn't have its powers, it would still have brute strength, but it would very much be highly coveted by like poachers and such.
Well, also, how long would it last? Like, because I don't think Dragon's very fast on its feet.
I don't think Dragonite itself is, because there's other dragons that are a little bit faster.
I think Dragon is like 90 speed, which is like considered pretty fast.
Well, also,
yeah,
Dragonite
it's
can
fast.
fly in Pokemon, but it wouldn't be able to do that in real life because its wings are too small.
But would it also find enough food to sustain itself? Because one of the reasons that like animals like the megafauna and like Megalodon, they went extinct, is because they no longer had enough food to sustain themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
The competition was too much and they couldn't keep up with it with the things that they needed.
Not just that, there's also a thing called meteor that happened.
I remember that.
I mean,
Also,
something like
but the meteor
Whalebird?
one,
What do you
if I
talking about the
remember
meteor?
correctly,
Hello,
the
kid.
meteor didn't actually like.
I know it wasn't
It
that
did
thing
not-
that extinct, but it was one of the reasons.
The meteor wiped out the Cetaceous period. I'm talking about megafauna like Ice Age.
Okay, welcome back.
So, in general.
Some of the Pokemon I feel like could do well, potentially. Like, for Point, I could see doing pretty well. Absol, I could see potentially doing well.
Pachirisu for sure is going to be widespread.
Small rodents, small electric type rodents would do really well.
Yes.
Ones that are very
Especially-
closely mirror real animals I could see doing well, like Emolga, Mudsdale.
I feel like
maybe.
Mudkip would just stay Mudkip, and they wouldn't be able to progress to their next stages.
Well, yeah, evolution.
Some Pokemon just
that
wouldn't be
comes
able
on
to
that.
evolve at the point.
We're talking like individual forms of things.
Yeah.
Jolteon I could see potentially doing very well. Basically working sort of like a cheetah.
Yeah.
Where-
Electrified cheetah.
I don't know if the cheetah is the best example. but-
Yeah,
well,
cheetahs
yeah.
are kind of struggling.
But
They are very much
I
struggling.
mean, I'm not saying necessarily they do extremely well, but it's like they could fill us like a similar
Megalodon could
niche.
have also died because the climate could have changed. Yeah, so a big part of like, sorry, babe, I'll come back to that. I'm answering a question.
Yes.
Megalodon died out because it couldn't reach the whales. Whales were becoming bigger because there was more food available because the waters were getting warmer, right? And it was being, but they were also getting like smaller whales were getting a little bit faster, and Megalodon wasn't that fast of a swimmer. It had the same metabolism as a great white, but the great white was smaller, so more
there is
agile.
something I want to add to that. I saw a video recently, and apparently they were built for short bursts of speed instead of just being fast swimmers.
Yeah, like cheetahs. Short bursts, very fast.
The Megalodon would like slowly make their way toward the prey, then do a burst of speed.
However-
That's it.
And we have an ad. But another thing is that Megalodon was also being eaten by Leviathan whales.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I mean, some other Pokemon I feel like could potentially do well is maybe Wailord.
No. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no.
Why not?
Why
What do
not?
you mean no?
Because of its sheer size. They would
have a blue
It's
Whale.
only
It's a
14
whale.
meters. It's not that big.
It's not even that big for a whale.
Have you
Pretty
seen
sure normal usual
Wailord's
was like
actual
30 meters.
size?
Yes, I have.
Hold on, I need to check something.
Have
Can
Kane.
someone check it for me?
I have Kane. It's half the length of a blue whale.
Height.
Things are confirmed for a blue whale.
47 foot.
47 foot? Is that it?
47 foot 7 inches, or 14.5 meters.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's its length.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's its length.
The longest recorded for a blue whale is 98 feet. So yeah,
and
blue
it,
whale-
and it
whale
weighs
no problem.
Wailord is light as hell.
877.4 pounds.
Yeah,
or
Wailord is actually
398
too light.
kilograms.
For a whale, that's more like a beluga fucking at that point.
Like Wailord's official density is too low. I think like someone like did the math. According to its actual weight and size stats, the Wailord is like less dense than air.
That's probably why they
So-
stay so close to the surface.
Okay, so Kid asks, which I think we've already answered. What is the game
Yeah,
that
Kid-
gives you guys the most nostalgia?
What?
That's-
Oh, the most nostalgia? The one I'm playing right now.
Gen 1.
Omega Ruby, my very first physical copy of a Pokemon game.
What?
Gen 1 and Mystery Dungeon.
Yes, Omega Ruby was my very first physical copy of a game. I got it for my 13th birthday.
Bruh.
Yo ho,
The
pirates.
pirate's life for me.
Bruh. Me, Pokemon Diamond when I was
I
6
need you,
years old.
I'm sorry, Ziggy boys, but you have to die. I'm
Dude,
sorry,
I had,
Ziggy.
I had to borrow, quote unquote, my friend's copy of Life 2D.
Probably mine was Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, which I kindly threatened Octo that we weren't going to play that game as soon as we're finished with the cable link.
I love Mystery Dungeon.
I
Mystery
said,
Dungeon-
as soon as we're
what
done
the
with
fuck?
Black 2 and White 2, we are going to play this game because I need to show you this game. It is an experience that people need to experience more because it's
Well,
an
I'm
actual
unhappy.
fucking masterpiece. Both that one and the original one, even though the original one has a couple of flaws, because the original Mystery Dungeon has, like in the post-game, way too many fucking 99 floor dungeons.
I haven't played the original yet. Like, I haven't played Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue all the way through.
I have. The one that I played on stream was the first
there.
time I actually finished the entire game.
To be honest,
I know, I was there.
To be honest, if you decided to just go right for DX, it would be the same.
I'm not going to go for DX. I already have
Okay,
the original
sure.
one. I don't want another one.
I know. I was just saying that if you chose
Okay.
DX stuff, the story's the exact same.
Okay.
Bro, I played that Pokemon game for the first time when I was 7. Mood.
Yeah, that's about right.
I was
my first
11
game,
when I
dad
played my
used to-
first Pokemon game in general.
Okay, Mina was talking, please. Let Mina finish, then you talk.
Well, I was saying something short.
Just interrupted her. Mina, sorry. What were you saying?
I was also going to say something short.
Okay, Mina first, then Kay. Sorry.
Yeah. So, reading kids. Yeah, I played a Pokemon game about the same age, and my dad had given me the copy of Pokemon Blue, a copy of both Red and Blue, but I never had, like, an additional Game Boy, and I never had the cable to, like, trade them over.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know if I...
that's actually coming to Switch soon.
I don't know if I told you guys this. The story of when I got Pokemon White. So, picture this. It's April 2010? I think 11. Black and White. The original
That's right.
ones came out, not Black to White 2.
That's how you know it's been a while.
And I got that game for on April. And I remember this, and my sister can corroborate this, because at the time we were staying in my grandfather's house, and we shared bedrooms. I'm, like, the only person my sister can sleep with in that same room. And I started playing the game. And I was so hooked with with Pokemon White, that randomly my sister woke up at 5 a.m. She looks at me, she says, like, half asleep, "What are you doing at 5 a.m.? I look at her as if I took a shot of cocaine, like, high on energy as fuck, and I told her, I'm at the 3rd gym, or I just beat the 3rd gym. Like, super excited. We always remember that story as something funny.
Man, I wish I still had that kind of energy.
I also only have OG Black. I have OG White. I never got, actually, Black 2 and White 2 until I got, like, the White DS, and I could actually, like, quote-unquote, get the games. And even still, I think I prefer Black and White over Black 2 and White 2. Hot take.
I'm searching for a source kit that is preset with Sweet Send, because I'm not leveling this thing up to level 13 just to fucking use Sweet Send.
Do you two, Mina, me, Kane, do you have any funny story regarding to a Pokemon game?
Not really.
The closest I have is my first this day.
What?
Which was my very first encounter with a shiny was me learning what a shiny was. And it was back when I had just played Ruby for the first time. It was at Brawley's gym, and it was a shiny Aron, and I had no Pokéballs whatsoever.
That's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate, because it was my learning experience of, what the fuck is a shiny? I saw it, and I'm like, excuse me, why is this thing? Oh, game, you're an asshole. Are you serious right now?
So that's Kane's first experience with a shiny.
Alright.
Mina?
Real quick. I start searching for a source kit to do what I said I was going to do, and it spawned it in the water. I don't even have my first gym badge. How am I going to get something in the water? God damn it. Alright, go ahead, Mina. I'll be depressed in the corner.
In high school, I had let's say, a less than stellar boyfriend at the time.
Oh no.
And he had a cable, and he also had a Game Boy Color, and we would play Pokemon sometimes. And he helped me complete my decks, and that was the first time I've ever completed the decks in any game. It was nice. And so he said, "Hey, I have this thing for Game Boy Colors specifically, where you can save your data, and then you can start a new game." And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, "Yeah, we'll both race we'll both race to see how far we get in the game, and at the end of the week, no matter where we are, we battle."
That sounds one, unfair, and two, very challenging.
I'm like, I don't know, but at that point, I had even worse people pleaser tendencies than I do now. So I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. However, this was okay. Yeah, Kane is right. It was super unfair because not only was I this guy's tutor, not only was I helping him pass his classes because he didn't understand. I had AP classes, and I had 3 different types of band. I had jazz, marching, and symphonic
So you had
band.
a lot of
I had way
classes
more
to do and not a lot
extracurricular.
of free time.
Yeah. So I just kept pushing it off, and eventually I had to dump the guy because bad touch, and
Oh no.
yeah,
Fair enough.
and I never got my Pokemon back.
Oh,
Bruh.
fuck.
He even took my Pokemon manga, dude. I had the yellow one.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
True. High speed I encounter.
Me?
I don't think
Any Pokemon story or?
Not really.
Nope.
No.
So,
I mean-
since we talked about first shiny encounters, Kane already did. I'll let mine be last. I think most people know my first shiny encounter. Any of you two want to share your or like what you remember to be your first shiny encounter?
The Lake of Rage.
Apart from the Lake of Rage.
The one I hatched for you when you had me
True. Okay, I don't think we've told this.
breeding
Can we?
the Credilli for you.
Do we tell this story, Meep?
I think we did.
Just in case, we'll tell it again. So this is 2 years ago, 2021.
I think it was last year.
No, I think it was 2021 because 2021 was the year where I got really into playing Pokemon Platinum because I had an extra copy, and I was way too scared of playing mine. Scared that it would break. So I played a lot of the other copy. Yes, I have 2 copies of Pokemon Platinum.
Hello.
I'm a lucky guy. So at this point, I started doing a lot of semi-competitive teams. I started building teams because I wanted to. And one of those teams is a sand team. And one of the Pokemon that Smogon recommended for a sand team was Cradily. And I needed very specific things that I could not get because I didn't have Heart Gold Soul Silver, basically. And so I think I sent you the Lilip. And tell you, hey, can you get me this specific type of Pokemon with this nature?
I think it was 3 different Lilip you wanted. You wanted I think it was a Lilip with like 3. You wanted 3 Lilip with 3 specific natures. I think it was.
It was 2.
Yeah.
2
It was
Lilips.
two Lilips.
2 blue Lilips, yes, with different
I
natures.
filled 3 boxes of Lilips with the wrong natures, and I got a shiny one before I got the second of the two natures.
This, maybe remind this, was because probably a Misura method.
This man giving me PTSD about Alone Open. Ow! God damn.
I tried so hard.
I'm looking for Surskit, and I found one with Fell Stinger.
Ow. So, Mira, what were you talking about Gen 7?
In my copy of Moon, I tried so fucking hard to get a shiny Minior. I have 3-4 boxes full.
God, I remember when I think
No, like-
Scarlet and
Well, I mean,
Violet is
it's
the
a
game
decent shiny.
that I have spent the most hours on hatching eggs.
I didn't even hatch eggs. I caught 2 shinies back to back on Scarvi.
That's
Look, the fact that it took me like nearly 15 shinies to get a shiny Sprigatito still pains me to this day.
I want to say, my first time ever getting lucky enough back-to-back shinies was when I was playing Sun. I was looking for a Pichu of all things, and I got a male, caught it, killed a Spinnerack between them, and then got a female shiny.
Huh. I remember, speaking of funny encounters in Pokemon Sun Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I remember when I tried to fill the Pokedex for Ultra Sun, which was a pain in the ass to do, but I got it, and now I barely got any shinies. But I remember this very vividly. I was trying to get a Poliwhirl because I thought that you could get it from SOS chaining Poliwhirls, and you could get a Politoad. And I got so many Poliwhirls that I ended up getting a shiny Poliwhirl, and I ended up getting that Pokemon to evolve into Politoad. My first shiny encounter was in Violet. Sorry, it was a shiny Murkrow when Murkrow was still good. How it happened, I was running with Mirai when it had a shiny Dark Sandwich on. I was just sitting on my phone here. Fucking minutes. Wait, it's got to do. Holy shit. Oh, you just ran. The Murkrow just randomly bumped into you. Okay. that happened.
I have had 2 full odds shinies in Scarlet and Violet, and neither. Actually, 3. Which my first one was a Bergmite, which was my first actual shiny on the game. My second one and third one were on my Violet file that I was streaming on, which were in order Rufflet and Mathchip.
I think I have like 2 or 3 full art shiny Pokemons in my game. Pretty sure my Tom, the shiny Pawmi, is full arts and it's marked. So like, not only is it full arts, it's also marked.
Nice.
Because I'm pretty sure I was if I wasn't there, I was probably shiny hunting another Pokemon. I think I was using a rock sandwich for Iron Threads.
Partner was trying.
Not Iron Threads, Iron Thorns, which I eventually got. And I got a shiny Pawmi. And also I have a shiny Full Arts, I know for this for a fact it's a shiny Full Arts, Hoppip. I actually got another one the other day. Another shiny Hoppip.
I would shiny hunt Mareep, but I don't like shiny Ampharos that much.
You can just keep it, the Mareep. You
No,
don't
I
need to
mean-
evolve it.
I typically fully evolve my shinies to use.
Yes, because you like shiny
Massive.
flexing on raids.
No, I don't like them. I don't like shiny flexing on raids. I like using to get. And shiny Pokemon tend to take a lot of effort.
Specifically, when they take a while to hunt.
I think Scarlet and Violet has been the game where I have the most shinies, like by far.
Holy shit!
I guess that's a shiny.
There's a level 13 Soskit with Aqua Jet. No, it's not shiny. I'm sad. Can you game? I just want Sweet Scent. That's
Let's see, anything in the idea about
all I want.
that might be interesting that we might have skimmed on.
God.
Did you talk about the fake documentaries? I don't think we have talked about the
Oh, that would be the
documentaries.
mermaid and the megalodon one because of how many. people
Yeah,
are old and how
you
much
brought them up, but
fucking
you
fake
didn't
science.
actually talk about.
So the mermaids one talked about this pseudoscience called aquatic ape theory, where some assholes just got together and like, hey, you see that little bit of skin between our fingers? That's webbing. Maybe we were, in the water at some point. It's like, no, dude, you just need that for the fingers to function so that they can move. It's not webbing like
Ow.
fish webbing, dude.
You killed me with Aqua Jet. My entire team got wiped. Ow.
Pain.
That's
Megalodon to this day is still people are still trying to prove that it exists as it was, when that is very much not the case.
If that were the case, we would have found a living specimen
we would have seen it. Yes. Also, speaking of species
by now.
that
The
Fossils
reason-
are massive.
We would have
sorry, Mina.
Go
the
ahead.
reason we can tell that Megalodon no longer exists because like in the documentary there's like yeah these whale carcasses started showing up in the on washed up on shore and it was like obviously 3D rendered.
It's like
But,
the
like-
Jurassic Park video of
But like the reasons that whales can get as big as they are and they can move as slowly as they do is because there is nothing in the ocean that is big enough to pose as a threat where they need to be smaller and nimble in order to get away.
the only whales that have to deal with that are the ones that live deep enough to deal with
The giant squid.
Even then, sperm whales are pretty massive, but they have large lungs and they can, they're a little bit slower. Also, have you
I
seen
found-
pictures of sperm whales when they're asleep? It's terrifying. They just are vertical in the ocean.
Yes, I have
Jesus.
seen that.
Also, I don't think we also talked about this, but this was like
that was
a month
very
ago.
loud out of nowhere.
You screaming about your height. You being shorter than a Panzer I.
Even though having an extra vertebrae.
Yeah, I have an extra vertebrae. I forgot what that was about. I forgot what me wanted to scream about my height again was.
Because of me posting a meme.
I think you posted
The
this at.
Oh, right, I
12
remember. So, there's this creator on YouTube called Jordan the Stallion, and he is known as the Fast Food Secrets Club man, right? Where he like give you a bunch of fast food secrets, like how to recreate recipes that you'd like the fucking
Yes.
meat sauce. He mentioned that you can grow a couple of inches if you sleep with a pillow between your knees because it helps promote your spine to extend and and
Does it
all you need
actually
is like
work?
2 months to see a difference. I've been doing this my entire life.
Gonna put this on screen.
I love how the audio changed when she said I've been doing this my entire life.
Well, yeah, I got closer to the mic exactly for that reason.
You just gotta
Yeah,
put,
he's really cool, isn't he?
Also,
just gotta
it
put
is
this
that-
in the stream.
it is destiny. I call a male route, female route spawn.
Also, okay, and I hope you noticed that when you said you were going to be in the corner of the press, I put you in the corner.
Yeah, I know. I said I want to be. I said I'll be in the being. You put me in the corner. And also, I would like to mention on the topic of everyone's positioning, your positioning with your hand on Mina's.
I noticed that as well. I have my hand on your knee.
Before you were just petting Kane, now you're just on my leggy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
He was petting me, and now he's just caressing
Listen.
your thigh.
Listen, I know my thigh's super smooth because I've shaved somewhat
Yeah,
recently,
bad.
but goddamn.
I noticed, but I don't want to move things around more than we already have, so I'll probably put you back when you're less depressed, back where you were.
I'm sorry, I'm still working
I'm
on this.
still
No,
depressed, but
no,
okay.
it's okay, Mina. Don't worry about it. I'm fine with this.
The game is still depressing me with my luck, but okay.
Well,
Because I keep finding surskits, but none of them
well,
have sweet
Mina,
scent.
if nothing else, I'm pretty sure we can all share in being shorter than the Panzer II.
How tall is the Panzer II?
6'6".
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Jimmy over here being 6 foot.
I'm 6'1".
I'm tall,
He's
but I'm
a
not that
giant.
tall.
He's a giant. I'm somewhere between 5'6" and 5'9". I forget where. but
Ha!
I'm
Then you're
somewhere
probably
in that
shorter
range.
than the Panzer one.
Didn't we just clarify that we all are?
No,
No, that was
the
the
Panzer
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 II.
II.
Okay, look at the stream.
The Panzer 1 is 5'8". The Panzer 2 is 6'6".
When I'm 18 plus, I will be taller than the Panzer. Oh yeah, Ken's
Damn.
like an actual fucking teenager kid. It sounds like
It's
he's like
literally-
fucking 11. Sorry, kid, but
Well,
it's
you-
just the truth. You sound like
Actually,
you're
I'm
fucking 11.
not actually certain how tall I am, like, properly.
Grab a
It's been a
tape
while since I
measure,
measured.
stand on it with one foot, put the other one, and then
I
hold it over
I,
your
I,
head.
I know I'm pretty sure I'm like 6 foot even.
I'm
Which, let's be
183
real.
standing up, which I think it's 6'1", and I'm 185 lying down. For some reason, I just gained 2 centimeters when I'm lying down.
The thing I feel is 6 foot even is probably like the least believable height to actually be. 'Cause that's like everyone who's like 5'8" plus, like, just rounds up. Because for some
Fair enough.
reason, it's just a thing where people want to be 6 feet tall. Like, why?
Tinder profiles.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh
images,
my
guys.
god. That is adorable. Send that to the Goomy friend.
Oh my god, I hate it. Specifically
Why do you hate it? It's adorable. It's a fluffy
because
Gundra.
it's fur on something that's not supposed to have fur. Because it's illogical.
It's still adorable.
I hate it
Send
because
that to
it makes no
crew,
sense.
Jimmy. Send it to the D&D crew, Jimmy.
I did.
Is that you have a type of quote-unquote fuzz on them. It's basically just extra nodules of skin that kind of looks furry. There is a type of furry frog that exists. It's meant for oxygen reasons. So theoretically, this Gudra lives somewhere where there's minimal oxygen.
I'm just gonna send a couple more things before I.
So
Yeah.
Florida.
Oh yeah, I recently watched a video on why. Oh my god, it's Gatomon Pokemon.
Indeed.
Anyway, I recently watched a video on why things in Australia, not Australia. What was it? The place where every demonic creature to live.
Australia?
Oh, it was Australia? Okay, good. The reasoning for everything being hellish there is the fact that everything is secluded.
Yes.
Makes sense.
There used to be a kangaroo with one toe.
Everything being so closed off meant it had to compete with each other, and then that turned things hellish. The closest living relative to the Tasmanian devil, it's just a calm scavenger.
Which
But
is strange,
calm,
actually.
calm.
It's strange when you think about it, because generally, small islands tend to have much more docile creatures.
I also
Australia
heard
is
that,
such a harsh environment in terms of the outback. The outback is almost its own desert.
Also, I want to say my favorite out of everything on this picture has to be the Meowth. Thank you. I will buy those gems off of you.
I'm playing 2 different games at once right now.
I'm getting bullied. Jimmy's calling me an armrest. I mean, you're the one that said that you're 5'1". No, 5'1" of 1 in 30.
Oh, you're my height.
32. I always.
You're
when
my
I was-
height, dude.
Armrest. I know. I don't like mean to. I don't mean it to be like an absolute fucking bully, but I always. Like, I've always found funny when someone's so sure they could put your arm in their, like, shoulder and, like, comfortably rest your arm in there.
Hot game. Sweet scent.
It's like, tall people go bird. I always find it very funny. My mom compliments me a lot because I'm tall and I can read things that she cannot. Especially now that, after she had her, that's a little problem with her arm. I'm sorry for being young. It's not the fact that you're being young, it's the fact that you're
I'm
short.
getting.
You're fun-sized.
I am
itty
progressively
bitty.
getting angrier with.
If you're getting
And our
angry,
souls are
Dex
closer
now.
to the ground, so they're closer to hell, which means
I'm
our rage is
progressively getting
concentrated.
angrier at the Dex because it's giving me Aqua Jet, it's giving me Felt Stinger, it's giving me Psybeam, everything but.
Kane, would I recommend stop
Hydro
stopping the
Pump.
game? If you're
It
getting
gave
pissed
me
off over
hyd-
the game, maybe you should
Jimmy.
stop for a bit.
He gave me Hydro Pump on a level 3 Surskit, Jimmy.
That is kind of funny. Why you gonna be so
I
rude?
Can't make this shit up.
Uh,
I mean, I'm gonna catch this thing because having Hydro Pump really sounds amazing.
but yeah,
Oh god, it's hitting me with Hydro Pump right off the bat.
what else to speak of? What else to speak of? I'm just going to go scroll, see things that that Mina probably put on that we didn't talk about. Did you talk about the ARGs, Mina?
The what?
ARGs?
We need to talk about the ARGs.
ARGs. I don't know what that is.
Alternate reality games.
Oh, okay.
I kind of don't remember. I know that my friend is my best friend. She's super into Welcome Home right now.
I am only
Mhm.
catching this thing for the Rock Gym.
Also,
Welcome Home is pretty cool.
who is buying all the glitter?
Yes, who is buying all the glitter? So a couple of years ago, there was an article where somebody was interviewing a glitter factory, right?
Yes.
And they were going through a tour on how glitter is made, right? Who the founder was, and then eventually the interviewer asks, "Who is your biggest consumer of glitter?" And the interviewee said, "Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about that."
Oh. Huh.
So the internet went
That's
fucking
brilliant.
amok, wondering who the fuck was buying all the glitter.
Concerning.
Some people wondered if it was in toothpaste. Other people were speculating, well, maybe they buy it for beaches so that the sand looks reflective. Maybe it's in paint of some sort. But like, if it was something benign, like any of those, maybe
They
not
would tell it.
because microplastics. But if it's anything benign, you'd think there wouldn't be anything like disclosing it. Like, let me see if I can find the exact article.
Hey guys.
Also, it's funny
Anybody
because
wanna
I'm
name
scrolling
this
down.
Surskit? It's a girl,
and-
if that makes sense.
And another thing that Mina has is our favorite memes and why they activate our brainworms. My ADM is Fototeta.
What?
I think I actually watched the thing.
Yeah,
on
I appreciate
Arena. And basically, it basically just summed up with can be summed up with the people who make glitter are just basically they work the very good precision cutting machines, which means they're also the people who like make chaff and
Yeah,
stuff for the military.
basically the military
Like
is buying the glitter.
Oh. Oh,
And
there's
it's
one I
not
don't
like-
think.
it's not like glitter, but it's like stuff made with like the same machines.
Alright, well, that's something I don't think we ever talked about.
Yeah, okay, so I found the exact quote that spawned this entire like investigation, right? Weaver reports, when I asked Miss Dyer if she could tell me in which industry served as GlitterX's biggest market, her answer was an instant, no, I absolutely know that I can't. I was taken
there
aback.
it is.
But do you know what it is? Oh God, yes, she said and laughed. And you would never guess it. Let's just leave it at that. I asked if she could tell me why she couldn't tell me. Because they don't want anyone to know that it's glitter. If I looked at it, I wouldn't know it was glitter? No, not really. Would I be able to see glitter? Oh, you'd be able to see something, but yeah, I can't. And that's what sparked all of this investigation into who the fuck is buying this
sorry.
glitter.
So, there is one thing that I see in here that I'm concerned about, even though we never got it. Mina saying, where was it? Hold on. Where, I just saw it. I can't find it again.
Also, Mina, how is it that?
Mina said, who brought cocaine or something along those lines into the White House?
Yeah, there was this whole thing where a bag of cocaine was found in the White House, and they, quote
I
unquote,
believe that for a
couldn't
second.
find who it belonged to.
Quote unquote.
It's the government. You think they would be able to fucking find that? You think there'd be cameras all over the White House?
Exactly.
Also, Mira, it's very funny because I saw my our favorite memes at the moment, and then ADM, it's Fototeta.
Isn't that the meme for Kit Pic?
Yeah, titty pic.
Yeah,
Titty
they get it
pic,
back with boop pic.
Listen, the
pic
way
meme.
that little autism creature says "Pototeta" makes me fucking smile. It lives in my brain worms.
Oh,
And that's where
well,
we'll stay.
Bubbles is officially useless for this battle because its hydro pump only has 5 uses.
No, do it.
Hydro pump has always had 5 uses.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say, I think for me it's like you guys know Freebird?
Yeah, Freebird is a very
It's not the meme. It's not the song
very
itself.
good meme.
It's this. Hold on. Let me find the version that I use the most.
It's that lasts for like 27 minutes.
That one.
Alright, so what defines a meme for the sake of that?
The DNA of the soul.
What defines a meme for the conversation?
A meme. You know, a meme. What do you think a meme is?
That's a very loose definition.
So I don't know why, but ever since I saw the high quality
He did measurements. He is 5'2". Nice.
high quality horizontally spinning rat while listening to Freebird, I found that gif of a high quality horizontally spinning Victini, which is the model is from Pokemon Rumble, and I just use it when I'm vibing. I just post that gif when I'm vibing in a chat. Because it's just funny Apple Boy.
You know what? Here's mine.
Don't fuck
263
with
out of
Apple.
64 inches. Also, bye, kid.
There you go.
Ah, of course, doesn't fuck with Shuckle.
I sent mine to the images room. Don't fuckle with
I
Shuckle.
remember that video.
Everyone remembers, don't fuck with Shuckle.
Anything I can think of is instantly meme related, specifically for Pokemon.
Honestly, also, fucking... I don't know if you guys know this game, Metal Gear Revengeance. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
I've never played it.
I think my partner played it.
I have seen some of the past Metal Gear games
This-
because my dad has a friend.
This
who
is
plays that.
a very, very big, this is one of the lines in the game, means the DNA of the soul. Which is
I
something
think
that
it's
Oh.
Metal Gear
that
experiences both in this game and in Metal Gear Solid 2. Also, sorry.
My
I
son-
really like that meme is a word just because in Japanese, mimi is ear,
Yeah. Just like, am I,
but
right?
meme is kind of a nonsense word. It doesn't really mean it. Mimi is, you know,
Like this.
am I? That's
Yeah.
an ear. Yeah. But meme is kind of a nonsense word, so you'll see it around in like especially old anime where it's meant to be like
You
just-
remind me. I don't know why, but you remind me
like
of
in-
the GIF versus GIF argument.
We already had that a long fucking time ago, don't we, boys?
You're reminding me of that. And my 2 cents is it can't be GIF because of the way the word is formed.
it just can't
Graphics
be
and
GIF
change
just because that's
format.
already the name of the peanut butter.
I still our most viewed clip is the random of me, and we start by talking about GIF versus GIF and how everyone in this chat calls it GIF because it's
Well,
graphics
yeah.
interchange format, not graphics interchange format.
Giraffe. And then we eventually started talking about languages being a couple of
Oh, hell yeah.
English being 4 languages and a trench coat going into alleyways and bugging
What?
other
And
and then we
languages.
ended up with being strangled with an umbilical cord.
That's another clip.
Let's go.
I thought
Hey,
that was the
guys.
same clip.
No,
or
that's
was that just the
another
same
clip.
stream?
I think it was the same game. I don't think it was the same stream.
I don't know how I feel about this one. So both of my routes have synchronized.
Yeah.
That's big pog for me. And the male has no buffed stats at all, neutral stats. The female has buffed special attack and minus special defense.
Does seem to work.
I don't know how I feel about that. Also,
let me look at the idea box. I'm gonna look up for things that Mina put because I don't think like Mina we put Mina Mina puts things, and because she's in here, she's here the least. She doesn't get to talk about those things.
It's just because I was in the middle of a move. I should be fine nowadays.
Yeah, I mean fair enough. Like oh by the way, how was your move?
Yeah, how did that go?
My graduation Pikachu got shattered.
No,
Oh,
not the Pikachu.
oh.
She was so cute. Have I shown her to you guys?
I think you have showed it to me. What happened?
Yeah, she
I don't
got
think I've-
her part of her graduation cap and her tail of color. Here, I'll show it to you.
Oh, so it's not like a big break.
It's not a big break, but it's also made of resin, so I need to get an epoxy to fix it.
Oh, okay. At least it's
Tail
fixable.
came
At least it wasn't the entire thing.
Yeah, at
But
least
also
it didn't
some of
just
the paint
break
is
into
chipped out.
pieces.
And at least it wasn't the ear that broke, because I had a Pikachu piggy bank and the ear broke up.
Yeah,
Have we talked
I found
about
some of
the
my old
fish
art
soap?
from when I was in middle school, so that's pretty cool.
Excuse
Fish
me.
soap?
Fish soap.
Yes.
Did I put any more context?
No.
Yeah, you
yeah,
want on that
You
button?
answered to why antibacterial soap is cringe, and then you answered with fish soap.
Oh, it's the fish soap is like the soft soap with the fishes on it.
Ah.
It was not actually a subcategory of soap meant specifically for fish. I was talking about the brand with the fish
Oh
on
my
it.
god.
Oh. So, August is upon us, and this is, at least from my standpoint in Spain, is where usually people take like vacation breaks and go on vacation. Do you guys have any plans for August?
No, because we broke.
I go back to school.
Oh.
The county fair is going on right now.
Even if we could go anywhere, I doubt we would.
I don't even mean go anywhere. I mean like do things. Like do you have
Yeah.
any plans to do anything?
Yeah, usually when we made plans to do anything, we would be going somewhere, and we are dead broke, so we can't.
Me and my family are going to France. I know, cringe, but you know, we can go by car. We don't have to take a plane.
It's gonna smell
Oh.
like pee.
I'm gonna get attacked by a bunch of angry people with baguettes.
Pissy France, pissy France. Baguette slap though.
Okay,
Aren't baguettes
bye.
long bread? What
you're mean.
makes a baguette distinctly different?
No, I'm streaming.
It's the length, it's the amount of crust that it has. It has to have a firm crust, and it's the way that it's cut at top to make sure that it is able to stretch properly without tearing into the bread.
Fair enough.
If I
thought
hadn't
these
gone
was,
into animation, I would have gone into culinary. I love cooking so much.
Fair enough.
Speaking of animation,
Oh my
yesterday I
God.
had a barbecue with a couple of animators in the industry, right? So I was with Alex Lopete, who was my professor. He's worked on Mulan, Hercules, some Hanna-Barbera cartoons, and he invited a bunch of his colleagues and a couple of us students, and we got to talk to people. So that was interesting. I was talking yesterday to a lady who did background paintings for Disney, and this guy, he worked for Disney, he worked for Nickelodeon, he worked all over the place, and he's
So he
currently
had,
working on Harley Quinn.
so he has connections.
Yeah, he's been in there a hot minute. So he worked on one of the shows I loved watching as a kid. He did it for the money. He said he didn't actually enjoy working on this. He loved he did work on Gargoyles, which I watched as a child, which is really neat for me. Um, and then my friend Kevin was sitting with me, and we were talking to him, and then he eventually just casually just confirms, he's like, yeah, no, that Disney porn thing is real, and I participated in that being a thing. Because sometimes you get bored when when the scene you're assigned is so short, especially if you have like an action scene.
I'm concerned. Are you talking about the, hey, are you fucking serious right now? My character jumped over a ledge and did run away. I was gonna ask, are you talking about the whole, hey, you're gonna be working for us? Expect this kind of shit.
No, it's like artists got bored and they would rather draw anything else, which I was feeling that all throughout the senior thesis process. So they just drew porn of the characters, just because they could.
That's one way to entertain yourself.
Just because they could.
I'm
Disney still
mildly
has it.
annoyed.
It's not a physical vault, but that is a thing that they keep so that it doesn't get released to the public, like the storyboard for the Rugrats did.
That's mildly concerning. The C dot that I just found with the deck snap, it's holding a power herb. And it has bide. Why does it need that? Despawn, please. Thank you.
It's neat. It was a good day yesterday. It was 60 themed. I looked cute as fuck yesterday.
I miss horde battles. But I don't entirely like how they work in modern games, because they did actually implement them in yes. Jimmy, are you okay? So are you okay? What's with the violence?
Yeah, it's just that something's kind of tiring. You're always the one being asked for help.
Me.
Like
I get it a lot.
she asked my father, like 3, 4, 5 feet away. She has to scream for me to go downstairs to do
What
her
is he
bidding.
not?
He was to get 2 things from downstairs, from the basement's fridge to upstairs.
I'm gonna be honest. If that, like, I would eventually, if I got tired of it enough, I would just have a talk about it, because what you're doing is just as important to what they're doing.
Anyway, had something in my mind right now that I wanted to ask and I forgot. Shit.
Well, shit.
God damn it, I forgot what I was going to ask.
It's raining right now. That would make sense for my body hates me.
God damn it, I forgot what I was going to ask. It'll come out eventually, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come back eventually.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh yeah, Jimmy, you left, and then I found a C dot that was holding a power herb.
Nice.
I didn't catch it because I didn't want it.
I'm like blank right now. I don't know. I had something in my mind. Oh, I hate this. Do you guys have this moment like you have an idea and then it just suddenly vanishes and you don't remember what you wanted to talk about?
Oh yeah, all the fucking time.
Because that just happened to me. Also, this reminds me of, I think it was a Twitter post Like, imagine if humans had lag, and then a response that was like, think of every time that you went into some place and then you forgot what, and then you had to take a moment to remember why you were in there.
There are better examples, like people who have conditions that make them slower to think about things.
Yeah, but, you know, we're talking, quote-unquote, normal people, you know? Because that happens to probably most of people. They enter a place and then they're like, why the fuck was I here?
No, that's just our memory cards being wiped.
That's lag. Because you eventually remember, or you're told what you had to go there to do. That's just your brain lagging.
Where did Meep go?
By the way, I just
Meep
want to
go?
say, we're at 29,000 points.
Meep, are you alive? Are you alive, Meep?
Meep.
Where'd he go?
Yes.
There he is.
Okay, good, you're still
And
alive.
there's Mina as well. But yeah, we have contributed a total of 29,416 points already. Jesus Christ.
I am getting more and more.
I still
annoyed.
have 67,000 points, Jimmy.
Jesus Christ. I forget that you've been here. Basically one of the people from the beginning.
Well, time to see what your egg moves in Gen 3 are.
Honestly, I have no idea when I will
I know
do it
what
if I
I'm
do it.
gonna keep running into.
It has to be like a weekend. It probably would have to be like a Saturday stream.
Four.
Can't
Or a
fix
24-hour
that.
race if it happens.
Oh.
I have a question for you, Jimmy, because if anybody knows this, it's probably you.
No, I don't know egg moves, so
No, I'm not talking about egg moves. I'm talking about the deck snap.
fuck the snap.
Can it also give them TM moves? Also, what do you
Anyway,
think
we've been
about the
at this
deck
for
snap?
a good
Yeah, we've been at this for a good
Few
2
hours
hours and
now.
45 minutes. Split into two because my internet went down at one point. I
Yeah.
assume Meeps wants to it to be over with because he has no more brain cells in
I'm
his body
hungry.
working for this.
I am hungry. I wanna go eat food.
You know what?
I'm also hungry. I
Let
haven't
me
eaten yet. I
go-
literally woke up and hopped on.
I am
I've
so
had
sorry,
coffee,
Mina.
I've had coffee and that's it.
Oh my god, I sometimes I forget that we live so fucking far away that you guys sometimes don't even have breakfast.
It's
I
9
have to go
a.m.
to the three.
It's only 2 p.m. here. Oh, 3.
I mean, Jimmy, I just normally don't eat breakfast, but you know.
Well, that sucks. Let me go grab my
I
phone. And...
I only eat breakfast
gotta
if
go.
I'm actually hungry.
You gotta go.
I gotta see my dog.
What the
She's not
hell?
done.
Doge.
Dog.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go grab my phone. I'll be with you guys in just a moment. And from there, we'll go see. If anyone has a suggestion for a raid, say it now.
Use the guide the
let
raid,
me
Apple coin
check.
redeem.
If there's anyone in chat.
Hold on.
The only
Hold on,
person I
let
can
me-
see who is online from my follows is Moist Critical, and I don't think you want to follow raid Moist Critical.
I don't think
Alright.
he would really care that I raided Moist Critical.
I have somebody. Let me copy paste.
I think it'd be
Let
funny.
me
It
let
would
me
be
copy
funny,
paste
yes. Would
your,
it do anything? No.
Where's you? Bam. They're playing Warframe right now.
I mean, it's not really a game that I play. Or have played, like, at all.
Yeah, I mean, you said give suggestions.
Well, there we go. So, as per, I think, usual, I don't know if next week will be the usual, or it will be different. Also, we have 5 viewers going into the raid. As per usual, I will be doing finishing, for sure, Calamity Mod Terraria. That is something that I have been looking forward to. Red and I are probably also going to finally finish Gran Turismo 3. I don't know if we'll jump into Gran Turismo 4, but for sure we'll finishing Gran Turismo 3. And on Friday, unless it crashes 20 times, because last time that I played Underground 2, it crashed 11 times on stream. I doubled the amount of crashes that I had on my crash check from one stream alone.
We need a crash counter.
I have a crash counter. That's the thing, Mina. I have a crash counter. That's why I know it crashed 11 times. Because it was at 11 when it started the stream, and it finished at 22.
That used to go like in the corner of the Roomba of Thought. Here's the crash counter.
I guess I'll add it to the
A
sketch.
separate crash counter for.
I'm joking, Mina.
I'm not.
I could just... Anyway, we'll see you all tomorrow for Calamity. Hopefully more than one people show up.
Have
Bye-bye.
next day. Why am I still in the corner?
There you go, now you're not in the corner anymore, and I'm not touching Mina's leg. Now it's not awkward anymore.